Hello children, today let's see the second part of our chapter, What if it finishes? In the previous video, we have discussed about the various topics related to the petroleum and how petrols are obtained from deep under the ground, what are the products we can get from the petroleum and many more. Today we will see the further topics. In the villages, the petrol and diesel are usually not very readily available for them and they are very costly also. For that, village people most of the time uses cow dung cakes. These cakes are made up of cow dung. They will make it in a cake shape and they will dry them. Then they use it to burn and in that fire they cook their food. Another fuel used in villages very commonly is coal and also charcoal. Then wood and dry twigs which they can collect from the forest, and kerosene. Kerosene is also a petroleum product. So these are some of the fuels used commonly in villages, and all these cow dung cakes, coal, wood and twigs, kerosene, when they are burnt, they releases smoke, and that smoke is dangerous for us. If we will inhale these smokes, then we can suffer from various diseases. So what are the measures to save the environment? What can we do so that the environment doesn't get polluted? First is walking. If it is for a short distance, walking or cycling should be preferred. Instead of using cars or vehicles for every time, if you have to go for a short distance, you can walk or you can cycle. It will keep you fit also and it will not cause any pollution to the environment. Another example or another thing we can do is carpool. Carpool is when many children together share a vehicle. For example, if you are coming to school, instead of each of your parents dropping you to the school, what you can do, together 3 or 4 students can come with one parent, and like that you can alternate in a week, so that instead of using 3 or 4 cars daily, you will use only one car, so the pollution will be less. Next option is using the bus or public transport. Here also many people, about 50-60 people at a time, can travel in a bus, so that the pollution is far less as compared to everyone using their own vehicles. Another thing we can do is opting for CNG. CNG stands for compressed natural gas. This natural gas is also actually obtained from deep under the ground, just like we dig out or pump out the petroleum. CNG is also pumped out from deep under the ground, but the thing is CNG is very less polluting. You can say it is the least polluting fuel for us. It doesn't cause pollution. So CNG is a very good fuel, although it is also taken out from deep under the ground. It is also limited, but it doesn't cause any pollution. Another thing we can do is we can use LPG instead of firewood or cow dung cakes or coal. We can use LPG. LPG stands for liquefied petroleum gas. This gas is filled in cylinders and that we are using in our homes also to cook our food. Can you see any smoke being produced when you light LPG? No, LPG also doesn't cause pollution. So CNG for the vehicles and LPG for using at the home are least polluting and should be preferred by everyone. So you do not cause any pollution. Some other things which we can take care of to save the environment are: switch off the lights when exiting the room. So whenever you are exiting the room and not using the room anymore, you should switch off all the lights and fan, TV, etc. so you can save electricity. Close the water taps after use. After you are done using the water, you should always close it off. While brushing your teeth or applying soap while taking bath, you are not using the water, so you should close the tap of the water so that you do not waste any water. Switch off the engines when in traffic or at the red light on the road. So when you are traveling in a car and there is a traffic on the road, you are stuck in the traffic, or you will see the red light on the traffic signals, then instead of keeping your engines on, we can switch it off so that we do not waste any fuel. And we should follow the 3R rule. 3R rule. What is it? The 3 R's stands for reduce, reuse and recycle. So here you see, reduce the use of plastics. So if there are some things which are harmful for the environment, especially plastic, we should reduce their use. We should try to not use them as much as possible, and instead of plastics we can go for jute bags, then paper bags, cloth bags, etc. Reuse the things. If there is a thing which can be reused, for example, plastic containers, instead of again and again buying them and throwing them, we can reuse the one again and again. The carry bags also, if you have a plastic carry bag, instead of throwing it and buying a new one again and again, you can use the same bag so that you are creating less pollution. And another one is recycle the things. Papers, the waste papers can be recycled, then metals can be recycled, glass bottles can be recycled. So if it is possible to recycle the materials, you should go for recycling also, so that you do not produce any more waste. Or if you cannot recycle it, you collect them and give it in the recycling factories so that they can again make recycle out of it. So here you see, children, change in fuel use over 20 years. So in the year 1976 and in the year of 1996, we have two bar diagrams. These diagrams are called by the bar diagrams, where you will compare what happened in the year 1996 and in the year 1976 and 1996. So how many houses out of 100 use it? In the year 1976, Uple is the cow dung cakes. Okay, Uple is the cow dung cakes. Cow dung cakes or Uple and wood were used by 84 houses out of 100. Let's say in a village there are 100 houses. So out of 100, 84 uses Uple and wood as fuel. 10 houses use LPG and kerosene, 5 houses use coal, and 1 house only used electricity in the year 1976. But after many years, in the year 1996, after 20 years, we can see the change in the use of fuel. Earlier it was 84 for Uple and wood, but after 20 years, Uple and wood were used by 75 houses only. It has decreased, while LPG, which were used by 10 houses in the year 1976, now 18 houses use in the year 1996. 2 houses used coal and 5 houses use electricity. Here children, electricity can be for solar cookers, solar energy, or for inductions and all. So, can you see the difference, the change that took place in the year, in the 20-year of span? The use of wood and uple decreased. The use of LPG and kerosene increased. Use of coal decreased while use of electricity increased. So, LPG and kerosene, electricity, they do not lead to much pollution, while uple and coal and wood releases much pollution. So, their use is decreasing. So, people are becoming aware. Now, let's answer these two questions. Which was the fuel used least in 1976? Which one was used the least? In the year 1976, electricity was used the least. While which fuel was used the least in 1996? In the 1996, the coal fuel was used the least. So children, I hope you have understood how we can compare these bar diagrams, and I hope you have understood the chapter properly. For any queries, you can just refer to your textbook, or you can refer to these videos again so that you can understand it properly. Thank you.